Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Red Hawk Adohi, and I'm continuing on with my series, The Sidewalk Dudes. This is episode 2, starring my nephew, D'Angelo, aka DJ. Yeah, D'Angelo, introduce yourself and let the people know your story, your background, your interests, your hobbies, and everything.
All right, I'm DJ. I grew up in Tower Park. Growing up there, it was mostly sports. That's a big thing, and I feel like that's a big thing in any hood is sports. I played basketball, football, basically almost every sport you can play, except a couple of sports like swimming, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a chill dude, chill. I'm 20 years old, and I live in Norfolk.
Yeah, shout out to Tower of the Park too. Shout out to Norfolk. Shout out to Shot City. Yeah, and I want to ask you, being at the sidewalk dudes are the dudes that's not the thugs in the hood, not the drug dealers, like myself as well. How did it feel growing up as that type of guy, and what made you not go to the streets as far as drug selling and being a thug and stuff?
Okay. Being out the way, I feel like being out the way is the best thing anybody could do for themselves, especially living in the hood. Being out the way is the best thing you could do. Because, it's very easy to fall into stuff living in the hood. It's very easy. Like, you can just be hanging with somebody that you just met at school. You can move to the hood. There'll be somebody you think you cool with at school. You all hang out outside of school. Next minute, you into some crazy stuff. But, growing up, staying out the way, apart, like being in the hood, you're going to see stuff regardless. But,
Yeah.
I, like, family, where we lived at, we had family that was doing some crazy stuff, so stuff would be close to home. It would be close to home. You would be able to see a lot of stuff firsthand. Like, there's a lot of stuff I saw firsthand, especially like my first time being around like any shootout area or something like that. It was like, okay, one day, I don't know, how old was I? I know I was in middle school though. I know I was either in 6th, 7th grade, and we lived on Walt Street. There's what's that street right there? There's Holt Street. No, that's not Holt Street. It's a street where the basketball court was at. And on that same street was a church. But it was everybody was outside that day. Everybody was outside. I'm at the court. We hooping. I'm thinking it's a regular day. Everybody just outside enjoying themselves. It's hot outside. And boom, they start shooting. I run to my aunt's house, and it's like, okay, I was around. I had to take a step back and look at it like, boom, I was around people who was doing stuff, so that's what comes with being around them. I wasn't doing the stuff. I was genuinely just playing basketball, but stuff like that, it just happened. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened living outside of the park. Staying out the way is definitely the best option. I would preach that to anybody who stay out the way, because it's nothing. It's nothing. Like you're gonna live for nothing. Basically, you living for nothing. There's only a couple places you can end up being in the way, and that's getting in the way, getting knocked over, getting locked up. That's really the only two options you got. There's not too many people who make it out living that crazy lifestyle. They time or ticket a little faster than everybody else is just because they out here doing stuff. So I would say stay out of the way.
Yeah, and it is the best thing to do too, for sure. I know myself from growing up at Roberts Park, and as far as your hobbies and stuff, I assume that like you say, you did football and stuff like that as well, but I assume other hobbies that kind of kept you on the straight and narrow, or kept you so occupied you didn't fall victim to the streets or whatever.
Aside from sports, I wouldn't say I was really I wouldn't call myself a nerd, but aside from sports, but aside from sports, I would say I was more into I was always, I don't know why, but when I was younger, I was always into going. I was heavy on going to the military, so I would be doing
Oh,
stuff like watching videos, stuff like that, and like I would see like me being real young, watching war videos and stuff like that. You see what happens during war, and it's like, dang, like that's going on outside of your house. Like you could walk out the door and that can happen in your
yeah,
same area,
facts.
in the same area
Yeah,
you're living at.
facts.
And like you see how they fighting in the war, and it's like, dang, there's people doing this outside willingly for something they don't own. Like that's why I never got like the mental part of like doing stuff like that. It's like I don't know. But other than sports, I would say I consume myself with a lot of military stuff. Like a lot of military stuff. Like I'm honestly surprised I'm not in the military today. The only reason I'm not in the military today is because of how stuff is going with the world right now. It's not a good time to be trying to go into the military. But for the main part, it was sports, military, and school. School, I feel like school played a heavy part, especially on my social side, because most of the time I'm a quiet person. It's like going to school, being around people, that helps you. That helps bring the socialness out of you, and that's something you need. That's a real skill you need in today's world
Yeah.
to get by. Is being able to be social. You need that today.
Yeah, I heard you mention about the nerd thing. Not necessarily a nerd, but you know some guys that are like nerds, but just still cool because being a nerd nowadays is a wave itself nowadays.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I knew any nerds, like complete nerds, but I would say there's a lot of people that I grew up and met, especially in middle school, because I did go to a gifted middle school. That also played a big part in me staying out the way, because I wasn't going to the school where all the good kids was going at. I was going to a gifted school. So me going to that gifted school, I did meet a lot of people who were like heavy into science, into anime, and being around them that actually made me get closer to science.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was way closer to science after that. Like, I ended up finding out I was gifted in science because of going to that school. So like, I would say I met a few nerds, and there's a couple of them that I probably still like follow on Instagram to this day because it was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I don't think I really had talked to anybody from middle school, but any nerd, yeah, I met a lot of cool people. Like, another thing I want to say is don't feel like you're not. How do I say this? Don't feel like you're not hot enough because you're a nerd. Like, not hot as in a looking sense, but like as in a social sense. Like, you don't need everybody to know you. You don't need like there's a lot of
Yeah, like you can be that way and still be lit.
basically you can be your own way.
Yeah.
And still have stuff and still be lit. Like, you don't have to do crazy stuff to be lit. Trust me.
Yeah, because I know it was a choice too.
Yeah, it's always a choice.
As far as being, in certain neighborhoods, you had a choice to go this way or either that way. Because there's always that dynamic, sidewalk dudes, the street dudes, and
Javon. Good example. We almost got hit by a car.
They ain't the same dude.
Oh
yeah. But you into anime
yeah. Oh yeah.
Or
I would
just
say I'm
some-
more into like
or
not any new anime. I would say like stuff like I grew up in a old school home. So it's like I grew up watching Dragon Ball, Naruto, like basically all the animes that you could say is like the prime anime, basically.
oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop being one of them too, old school. If you're familiar with Cowboy Bebop.
I feel heavier into Naruto than more than any other anime because it's like Naruto, they got there's a lot in it. Like there's a lot in all animes, but I want to say Naruto is just personal experiences. That I feel like that's what make a lot of stuff that I like. That's what made me like a lot of stuff that I like. Personal experiences.
Oh yeah.
It's like Naruto was a key anime for me coming up.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool. definitely cool. And yeah, and just being from here, from Norfolk, Virginia, the city as a whole, not even just Tyler Park, but just being from Norfolk and born and raised. How do you like the city as far as being from here and just being, not even just the hood, but just being from here and just being from Virginia, and then especially when you think about the whole thing with Pharrell and the Clips, and I mean far as how we carry ourselves, the culture here and everything.
I feel like being from Virginia is, I would say, it's like, it's opportunity here. There's a lot of opportunity living in Virginia, but like it's different coming up in Virginia than coming up anywhere else. Like here, everybody who got some type of platform, or everybody who has something, they all work for it. Like being from Virginia, like I wouldn't say handouts isn't a thing, but I like being here because it makes you work. You like, if you want something, you gotta go get it. That's how it is that's how it is in life. But like in this area, like you can go to Atlanta, Texas, New York, California. There's a lot of places you can go where there's already people who's already have platforms. You can meet them. But like Virginia, the people who came up from here, they left.
Right.
So it's like it ain't no cosigns, none of that. You gotta go get it yourself. You gotta go get it. There's not really no other option. So I feel like that's when I think of Virginia, that's the first thing I think of. It's like we're buzzing, like how it is now. Virginia is starting to become a big place on the map. But like growing up, it wasn't always like that. It was Virginia. Oh, you live in Virginia. It's like, yeah, I live in Virginia. Like you gotta get it if you want it. You gotta go get it.
Yeah, because I know it's kind of like you had to we basically had to make a name for ourselves. But people like Missy Elliott, Timberland, the Clips, Pharrell and Chad, the whole just Neptunes in general. All of them, help put us on the map and help make a name for us, as well as D'Angelo as well. Singer D'Angelo.
Got the same thing.
Yeah, I know, right, the irony of that. Yeah, because he from VA too. So. And shout out to Mad Skills as well. It's another guy that really made Virginia pop for real. And another thing too, when you've been the times you've been out of town, can people tell you were from Virginia, or they ever ask you?
Me being out of town, I would say I've been to most of the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Like I wouldn't say, like, there's a lot of places I haven't been yet, but there's a lot of places that I have been. North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, New York, West Virginia. And I've been everywhere. Has been a different occasion. So it's like going anywhere else, people wouldn't ask me, am I from Virginia? They would just like, they would say I have a southern accent, but I don't really hear it because we're from Virginia, so it sounds normal to us. So being everywhere else, you would probably hear that. But a lot of people say I have a southern accent. I don't really hear it myself. But being outside of Virginia, nobody has really asked me was I from Virginia. But there is some people I've had conversations with outside of Virginia about how it is here. Most of the time, it's probably about the weather or the economic system. But other than that, yeah, it's not really too much I could say like crazy about Virginia. Like it's not really too much crazy stuff going on. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I love being from here myself too. Being born and raised here and everything, just growing up here, because it's so much to the city, so much, and yeah, and being that they tore some of the hoods down, because Roberts Park is down, Moulton Park, other spots and stuff, and
They just tore Tyler Park down.
yeah, right. How did you feel about that?
Seeing Tyler Park go down, I'm not gonna lie, it was an emotional roller coaster. Just because like living in Norfolk, if you going back and forth between uptown, downtown, uptown and the south side, it's like you can't not see Tower Park. It's right there. Like,
Right.
as soon as you come out the bridge, come out the interstate, come from Norfolk State, is right there. You can't not see it. So it's like once we move from there, I'm just watching it deteriorate slowly, like piece by piece. And it's like now it don't even look like it was a neighborhood there. It's just like a big field. And it's like, dang, there's no way. Like when I was small, like this place seemed so big to me. I'm older now. They done turned it down. It just looked like a big field. But I made sure to get our address plate though.
Oh,
I
word,
got
word,
logo
okay.
on the front and back.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I remember one guy I know. He got literally got a brick from the neighborhood Roberts Park when they tore that down.
Yeah, I still got one.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So for my audience, my subscribers, what are your goals and things nowadays? You know.
I would say now. Are they asking like around like where like my life, like what I do, or?
Yeah, I'm just saying more so like your interest nowadays and things you want to do as far as securing your future and things like that.
One thing like that I'm not fully committed to, but like I see it had a lot of progress since I started is music. That's one thing that like I never expected people to like. I never expected people to like my music, but you never know until you put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanna get more into that. I wanna get more serious with that because I feel like it's a real opportunity that I have. Because 40,000 is a lot of people to listen to something you made.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. What life lessons did you take from the hood, and in a good aspect, because
In a good aspect, I would say, like I already said, like being from Virginia, if you want it, you got to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the hood, that's going to teach you that a lot. Like that's one thing that you learn that I feel like is very good. Another thing that you can learn, well, I feel like this is more of a personal thing, but it's like it depends on what you experience being in the hood. Being in the hood, there's the kids who got it, and there's the kids who don't like completely got it, and there's the kids who don't got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that we never had it. We had it, but being in the hood, it happens. Sometimes stuff happens. Things go away, and you can hit a rock, stuff get rocky for a little bit. So I would say like being grateful. Being in the hood makes you grateful for everything. You don't take nothing for granted at all. Because it's like when you get something, you treasure it, and when you really treasure it, you gotta make sure nothing happens to it. So I would say like being in the hood definitely taught me to be grateful. Taught me to be grateful because also being in the hood, you can see how bad things can get. Because like I said, there's people who got it, people who kind of got it, and there's people who don't got it at all. You can see those people who don't got it at all. You can be like, dang, like they're really living like that. Like you could be in that situation, but you're not. So I feel like you got to be grateful for everything you got. You got to be grateful for everything.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I agree. Definitely, because it definitely humbles you.
Yeah.
Growing up in the hood, and you learn about the important things in life as well. So that's what's up right there. You want to give any shout outs before you end this?
Shout out my uncle, obviously, behind the camera.
Appreciate
that.
that.
Subscribe. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned to the series. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get way better. I don't have a lot to say because I'm still young, I'm still growing, so it's like I don't have a lot to say. But I've seen a lot being basically just from where I'm from. So being in the hood, that teaches you a lot. You see a lot of stuff early. But make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all like, comment down what y'all want to hear. More questions y'all got for people who stay out the way. We stay out the way, but we still seeing stuff going on. So there's probably some surprises you'll probably get if you ask certain questions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's episode 2 of Sidewalk Dudes, and look out for episode 3 coming soon. Yeah, much love to y'all. Red Hawk 1.